Hi, loves. Welcome to this week's training. I am still having some issues with Facebook Live, but I'm just here recording it for you. So let me know in the comments how you're doing. And I think we're all set to go. So, yeah, I think we're good. So I love today's topic because it's so overlooked in the world where everything needs to happen fast, 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 and we want instant gratification, right? I'm guilty of it too. We're going to talk about the energetics. So, the energetics within you before you start doing, before the outgoing action. And here, like, you may be thinking, like, well, does it matter? Like, why would I care about that, right? And here's why this is important. Here's why this is important and why I'm sharing this with you. So often we have an idea, right? And it sounds good in our head, so we act on it immediately. It's like, oh, that sounds good, let's do it. And sometimes when it comes from that really deep embodied place, that's great because you're following your inspired action, right? But often that doing, it's more just to get it done, right? Just to get it done. We act on it immediately, cross it off our to-do list, and it's done. And then nothing happens. And it doesn't really end up making us feel nourished and fulfilled and truly fulfilled, right? And that can happen in many different scenarios. But for example, just a very basic example, if you want to start your own business, okay, great. This person is doing that. That person is doing that. That looks great. I can do that too. Let's do that, for example, right? But ultimately, that's not going to be fulfilling, right? And to give you the opposite, the way that I teach my clients and my business alchemy students to go about their dreams and to go about their ideas, rather, for example, expanding their business with new offerings, right, is to stop doing anything for a moment. Like, the people that I work with, they're so ready to take the action. And then I tell them to not do anything. And they're like, why? What's going on? Right? But we need to take a breather. So, and it's so important to stop pushing forward all the time. So, but what I'm inviting you to do here is before acting on an idea, stop. Before immediately starting to do things, stop. And is it aligned with that really deep part of you where your inspiration is drawn from, or is it just for the sake of doing, right? That's why your energetics always come first. And because the most important thing in your business and in your life is you, right? If you're a service-based business, you are your business. Like, I am my business. So the inspiration and the ideas and the offerings and the writing, the content, the words you speak become so much more powerful if you let it come from that really deep place within you that is directly in touch with source, right? Ideas come from that place. And when they come from that place, they're going to make a difference, not only in your life because it's deeply nourishing and fulfilling, right? But you will also find that you have way less work to do to reach the success. You will also find the impact on your people is different because they receive a more authentic part of your energy. And all that place, that deep inspirational place where that you can reach by just closing your eyes and dropping in your body, right? And ask it, what do you want to, what's my next step? What would you have me do? What would you have me say, right? All that place wants you to do is express and experience and live and help others. That's source, right? That's life force energy. So anyways, without making it way complicated. I can talk about this for hours. The more that you can get in touch with that place of stillness, and the guidance that you're receiving from that place, it may not always make sense, right? Someday you may get the guidance to go for a walk. Someday I got the guidance to go read or just write in my journal, and without having any business things attached to it per se, right? But it will affect how you show up in your business too. So the more you can get in touch with that place, the more it will be clear on how you can show up and what your exact next offerings, programs, your business will look like. And it's one step at a time, right? We can have this big vision for ourselves, and yet the only way to make that happen, right, or an even better version that we may not even know because we don't really know the future, is take it one step at a time based on the guidance that we receive from that deep place. Does that make sense? Now, this, all it takes is really discipline, trust, right? You closing your eyes. What would you have me do? What is my one next step towards blank? And follow the guidance. Trust that the guidance you're receiving is the actual guidance, and go do it. That's it. And then on the other hand, I want to give you a little bit more homework than that. So do that, of course. And then you can apply it the same way to things that you may already be doing, right? So before you write a post, before you start writing a post for your people, say a little prayer. Or before you start your work day, meditate for 10 minutes. Before you start any day, meditate for 10 minutes. When you get ready in the morning, right? Say affirmations in the mirror to yourself, or under the shower, affirm to yourself how beautiful you are, how this is going to be an amazing day, whatever your affirmations and mantras are. And then, for example, when you go live on Facebook, before you do a video or anything, right? Instagram, drop into your body, feel into that deepest soul expression that I was talking about, right? Ask to be guided by her. That's what I did before I hit record. Easy, right? You can start to play with some of these ideas, and it will help you integrate your energy, right? It will help you integrate with some practical, it will help you integrate your energy, and then with some more of the practical ways that will keep the momentum going. That's what you ultimately want, right? It's just that the way that you do these things, how you show up, how you take the action required, they're changed, right? They're different. They're coming from a different place. And if you've been in business for a while and you're not quite seeing the results that you wish you would be experiencing by now, that integration and you dropping in and listening to the next guidance steps, that may be the missing puzzle piece to that. Okay? So that's what I wanted to give to you today. How can you make this your own? So that's your homework for this week. How can you make that your own? That dropping in. What questions feel good for you to ask? And then what answers are you getting? What guidance are you being asked to do? And then go from there. Every day, take the guidance, come back to that place. Take the guidance, come back to that place, right? So that is also what I am going to be teaching you a lot more deeply, among many, many other things, with Solveig, my beautiful, smart, amazing, talented friend and colleague that I'm doing the Soulful business course with, that starts this Sunday. So I'm going to drop the link to the page website in the comments, but I wanted to go through it with you. So I'm just going to find that. Open. So we started, when you click on the link, you can read it with me. The reason why Solveig and I wanted to do something like this, the Soulful Business Course, is because we see a lot in our clients that they want to do all the things, right? They want to expand, they want to grow. And this has been our journey as well, right? We have been having very similar journeys and similar perspectives on business and how we show up that we've worked through, right? And a lot of people think, well, if I want to expand, I need to work harder. Or if I want to make more money, I need to work more. Or if I want to attract more clients, I need to show up on all these different platforms, just as an example, right? So we are showing you in this course that it's the opposite, that it starts with your energy first. Like, what are you being guided to do? What are you being led to do to be as productive as possible? Productive meaning how to get the most done in the shortest amount of time, and the resources that you have available, right? So that you can experience the success and experience the money, the clients, the freedom, the time, the coffee dates with friends, the afternoons off, the whole week off if you want to, right? So I'm just going to go through this with you. So the goal is rewrote, grow your business with spaciousness and strategy, find more fun, pleasure, and purpose in your work, and allow yourself to shine. So a lot of the time too, if you've been in business for a little while and you can kind of feel this stuckness, that you're ready for something new, but you're not really quite sure what that is. And you kind of feeling like blah, like, why did I do this again? That feeling. We're going to bust through that. Because all it takes is a perspective shift and you coming back to your vision. Maybe your vision needs to change, right? Maybe the goals that you set for yourself when you first started your business are different from the goals that you would want now, right? It's important to look at those things because you started your business for a reason, right? You have to know your why so that your why shines through in everything that you're doing. Otherwise, they're in conflict. It's often like we want to expand, we want to grow, but we're not willing to do that because we think it will take a lot of work and we're not available for more work, right? So we can't grow. But if it takes a perspective shift of you seeing, but it's really my energy and how I show up and how I live as my next level self right now that's going to give me the results, then you're more in alignment with what you really want, right? It's going to be so good. I can just talk about this for hours. It's going to be so good. So you walk away from this course knowing how to tune into your passion. Again, for some of you, it will be tuning into it again. Move through challenges with ease. Like I said, the perspective shifts, your own perceived limitations. We got to bust through it. Feel more magnetic, aligned, and confident about your business. And I would add more confidence about your vision, your desires, right? So it's 4 weeks long. We're recording a weekly training video, weekly training video. So we're recording it every week and then it's released on Sundays. You have homework assignments. You can ask us anything in the private Facebook group. And then this is a beta version. So coaching is an investment, right? It's a beautiful investment. Everyone should do it. And at the same time, if you're not quite ready for that yet, this is your opportunity to get access to us, access to our knowledge and wisdom, which is a lot, to get in on this for only $197. Seriously, it's amazing. And then in return for that, a low investment, we're asking for weekly feedback from you. So basically, you're co-creating this whole course with us. And it's going to be beautiful. And then you will have access to, once we're through these 4 weeks, Solveig and I are getting together, gathering all the feedback, and then creating the polished version, the grown-up version of the Soulful business. And you'll have access to that as well. So you can read more on this page who this is a good fit for, more about us. You will find a payment plan as well. Yay, we start on Sunday, May 24th. Still have a couple of spots left, and then we also put some frequently asked questions as well. So go read through that. Let me know if you have any questions. If that sounds good to you and you feel like, oh, I'm ready for that, it's a no-brainer. Super, super no-brainer. Okay? That's all I had for you today. I'll be back next week, and I'm going to try to figure out the whole Facebook Live thing so that you can be live with me again. And for now, have a beautiful rest of your day, and I love you. Bye.